Hi, good evening. Welcome back to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts, our last hour of Tuesday. I'm always a bit sad when Tuesdays are over because I get to play with my favourite piece of equipment anyway.
Move the pinny because it looks a bit weird on screen.
Yeah, well, look at this. This is where our leader hangs her pinny as she leaves the studio.
Guess who's pinny?
Well, I have another one in my bedroom, and when I go like that, there's a hole that goes right the way through, because on TV, someone once said to her, "Can you paint on denim?" And she just hacked the pocket out and went, "Yeah." Brilliant, right? Right, welcome back. 6 o'clock, last Scan and Cut show. We are going to finish off that project that we started earlier, and then I'm going to show you the shrink plastic, because that was brilliant, and then we're going to try and fit that stencil letter in. So somebody messaged in earlier on, I'm really sorry, I can't remember. Honestly, I've done that much stuff today, to say which is the best font for a stencil. And I said all of them. So I'm going to show you a really quick trick on that as well. Right, team tonight, we've got our Diane.
Hello.
We've got to behave tonight. We've got sales and marketing director in the producer's seat. So we've got to be on our best behaviours.
When I'm in here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that it? Oh, hi. Well, that's me and you on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be fun, isn't it?
It's going to be chaos,
Yeah.
isn't it? Stephanie's going to Exeter. I know it's all choice, so it's mad busy this week. We've got
Jane.
and Jane's going.
Jane's doing her first ever show.
Jane's doing her first ever show with Lily
With Lily.
and Sam.
Yeah.
And then Sam's coming back and Stephanie's going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's chaos, isn't
Yeah.
it? And we'll just be here having a lot of fun. We've got Becky on cameras as well. Our usual Tuesday night camera crew. Good at it as well, isn't she? I know. Right, let me introduce you to live shopping, get the housekeeping out the way, and then we can get stuck into the crafting. So first of all, what's live shopping all about? Well, live shopping is the answer to my prayers and the answer to your prayers too, because for the last 20 odd years, we've been telling you to go to a website, to find a product, put it in your basket, check it out, and you miss the demonstrations. Live shopping completely changes that because you can shop while you watch, which is fantastic. So you can watch us on YouTube, on your big TV. You can also watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. Now, if you're going to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, each product that we show you will have a code. And all you need to do is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video. And that will automatically put that product into a basket for you. Then you're going to get a direct message, and when you open that message, you'll find a link. That link will take you to highlightcrafts.com, where I need you to log into your account and then check out. Okay, logging in means you get all your club member benefits, which are fabulous. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. If you would prefer to shop directly on the website, you can also do that. So just head to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and as soon as that show starts to stream, all the items in that particular show will appear down the right hand side of your screen. You then just select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will appear as a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen. When you're ready to log in and check out, click that bag, and that will take you through that process. But before you check out, make sure you go on the website, look in the outlet, look on your 3 for 2 deals on stickers. All of that is available on the website for you, so make sure that you're having a look at all of that before you check your baskets out. Now, if you don't want to miss any shows, if you type the word live into the comments underneath the video right now, that gives us a permission to send you a little notification to your device a few minutes before we go live, so you never miss anything. And also, if you're really smart, you can shop ahead from midnight. So all the deals open up at midnight. Now, we're talking about club member deals. So all you need to do to become a member of Club Highlight is open an account with us. That's all. We're not nosy, but we do ask you your birthday because we like to send you a little something extra on that day. Okay, so it's for all the good reasons. Now, as a club member, you will get extra discount on every single order that you place with us here at Highlight Crafts. Whether it's for £5 or £500, you will get that discount, which is brilliant. You also get loyalty points for every single pound that you spend with us, and you can build those up to buy a bigger item, or you can use them as you go along. It's entirely up to you. And also, I like this bit, if you get your basket spend to over £35 after your discounts, we pay your postage so that you don't have to. I know, it's good that, isn't it? Love it. Right, shall we get stuck in? Right, let's have a look at these lovely little characters that we launched today, actually. Well, we did a sneaky thing, didn't we, Diane? Me and you.
We did a little thing, didn't we?
So Diane put it in the Sunday supplement, and I just told you everybody to read the Sunday supplement on Saturday. Yeah. So that you could get ahead. And you did.
We didn't tell Stephanie,
and we didn't tell Stephanie either, no. Right, shall we have a look at them? So our little, this is called Cool Jewels. And I love this because it's just super cute. So you've got Flurry, and you can see why I've got the jewels, because they've all got the bling on. I think they're getting ready for Strictly, Diane. I think that's what it is. You've got Flurry, you've got Frosty, and you've got Snowy. How gorgeous are these little characters? Now you're going to get all your artwork and the reverse of that artwork, the different sizes, the matte layers, which very cleverly have had a little hole put at the top so you can make them into a tag as well if you want to, which is super, super cool. And all your detail lines, plus your decoupage layers, plus your matte layers, all of it. So you can draw them, foil them, emboss them, or foil onto them, which is super cool to do as well. So you're getting all of those characters. Then you're going to get your Minecraft Studio. So you're going to get the perfect scenes for these characters to go into, which is brilliant. And I love these. Look how clever that is, just as the sun's going down, the reflection on that pond. It's lovely, isn't it? I think you'll use these with a lot of different collections that we've brought you. Then you've also got your backgrounds, and these look like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of flat back pearls. I think these are great, and you've got them in all the different colours. And we don't just go that red'll do, we colour pick it from the main artwork so that everything matches together. You've then got your digi-stamps, and we've just had a really nice meeting with a man who has some fabulous pens. I was like, Stephanie went, could you want to have a look at these pens? I was like, oh, what, pens?
Pens?
Mm-hmm.
She asked you if you wanted to. It was pens, and she said, do you want to look? Does she know you? Has she met you before?
No. Or you, because you're obsessed with pens.
See the pens.
The pens are nice.
Okay.
Faber-Castell.
Nice.
Proper pens.
Sorted.
Yeah. Organised. Then you'll get your reflections for your dies. You'll also get your reflections for your SVG files. And then look at these now. Tell you what I love about this with Minecraft Studio. If you've got an A4 printer, you can go smaller with your reflections, but you can't go bigger. So if you take these characters into Minecraft Studio, you can make them the size that you want them to be to fit your project. At the bottom of Minecraft Studio on the screen, it gives you the height and the width of the shape. Make a note of that, and it might, and I love it because it does it like Canvas does it. So it might say 93.7 or 14.8. Take a note of those numbers, go into Canvas Workspace, bring these images in from your reflection and make it bigger, or bring that into Minecraft Studio and make it bigger. Then make a note of that, make your reflection cutting file the same size, and then when you scan in your printed sheets of those, you can have them in bigger sizes. Brilliant, right? I know. Minecraft Studio and ScanNCut together, fabulous. I think me and you should do a double show one day.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
On a Saturday.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
That'd be a good one,
that would be a great one. Right, so if you want that, Shop Jewel, $14.99. Brilliant, right? Great prices. Now then, fancy some stickers? I went in the warehouse yesterday, and our lovely Amy, who's in charge of the sticker machine, went, please don't ask me for any more stickers. I've had enough stickers. Stop selling the stickers. I can't print them fast enough. You know what's going to be next, don't you?
Bank of printers.
Another one, right? I didn't even need to say that out loud. You can see that happening, can't you?
That poor printer doesn't know what's hitting, does it?
It doesn't, you know, and it was funny because the guys who make the machines are literally over the road on the business park. Yeah, we have. And they said to us when they set it up, right, we'll see you in a few months' time because that roll's going to take you ages to get through. We're already on the second roll.
And then some.
And then some, poor Amy. Right, but these are absolutely fabulous. And what I love about these is they do have a slight depth to them, but they maintain that gloss and they are super, super easy to transfer. These are brilliant. Now, they're on a 3 for 2 at the moment. So if you decide that you want this one, and you might want the cool bears that go with it, you could then go onto the website and choose another one for free. Or you could have 3 of that, or 2 of that and 1 of that. But go and have a look, please, before you check out your baskets, because Stephanie also let it be known last night that the deal ends at the end of the month.
It does, yes.
So midnight, a week today,
Yep.
That's when they go back up. Yep. So check. I love the way that Diane goes like that when I say Stephanie let it out of the bag. Like, what does she say now? That I don't know about. So if you want your stickers, shop transfer $12.99.
And then we go.
Like, thank goodness for that. What else has she said? I know, right? Now then, let's have a look at Berry Cozy, shall we? This is another fabulous collection. This launched, was it only yesterday?
Yes.
It was only yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Feels like it was a week ago.
This is the one that Stephanie kept calling Berry Cozy, isn't
Berry
it?
Cozy, yeah. Like
Berry.
Well, that's a blinking
jumper.
Christmas jumpers from last year. Thought it said have a berry Merry Christmas on these extra large men's Christmas jumpers. And when we got them, it said have a beery.
It wasn't bells, it was pint pots.
I was like, I know you're dyslexic, but that is not a snowflake. It's a pint pot. Honestly. Right, Rusty, Teddy and Wally. How fabulous are these 3 little characters? Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. I think they're absolutely fabulous. We did a card this morning where we made the card shape from the matte layers and then decoupaged all of these up. You also get a second colourway with this one, which is brilliant. So that will also be included as part of your download. Now, normally, if you were buying the dies and you had to go and get these other colourways, there'd be £1 a sheet. So you're saving money by getting it this way. Then you've also got your digi stamps. Love these. Now we're going to get some colouring pens, which I'm very excited about. Then we've got scenes, and I like these. These are actually quite grown up, so you could use them. We had another collection that was very similar to this with the houses. That would work beautifully with that collection. We had it on recently, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called. But you've got the outdoor scenes as well. And then you're also going to get your tartans or your plaids, which are colour picked again to work perfectly. So if you want that, it's Shop Digital, $14.99. You will also, we have stickers. I think it's a swear word now in the warehouse, that. Shop Transfer is going to get you that sheet for $12.99. Now I like these because yes, you can go smaller, but you'd have to do a lot to get it down to that size. So you can have that right in the background. Also, if you're a die cutter, these are brilliant because when you buy a die and it's one size unless it's nested. These enable you to create that perspective and that depth of field just by using those smaller stickers further back. Really clever. So if you want those, Shop Transfer, $12.99. Now then, we have Black Card back in the building. Thank goodness for that. Now, I'm going to argue the toss here because it's not like me, is it? Because this says 220, but I made the lantern out of this last week. I think it's thicker than that.
I think it's 240.
I agree. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. And I love this because it's black, but it's not cold black. And I like this because it looks like a really expensive men's suit in grey. You can see, almost see the texture of the fibres in it. It's really unusual. I love it. Brilliant on your ScanNCut and great for your construction as well. So if you want 20 sheets of that, you can have that today for $14.99. That will get you that. Now then, vinyl. Now this is a deal and a half. Even if you've got this, please get it again at this price because it's honestly brilliant. So first of all, you're going to get 10 sheets of your holographic. Okay. Now, when we first launched this, for 10 sheets, it was $19.99. So
Just to look at it.
exactly that. Now, for £2 less today, you're going to get 10 sheets of this with your transfer. Ooh, Diane's out of her seat. That means it's really exciting. Look at that. That's my favourite. Isn't it gorgeous? Teal. And you get your bonus 12 by 12 transfer sheet. So for £2 less than you would normally pay for that by itself, you're then, oh, she's off, little horror. She's off. You're going to get 15 sheets of your chalkboard mat, black, and 15 sheets, she's given me the packaging, but not the actual vinyl back. And you're also going to get 30 sheets of white. Now, we did snowflakes out this morning, remember? We're going to finish that off tonight and finish off that project. So you're going to get 15 white, 15 black, 10 holographic for £2 less than you would normally pay just for your holographic. I know, but great, right? Shop Casa, $19.99. Right, next. The next thing that you're going to need to do the project that we're doing today is your construction weight acetate. This stuff is brilliant. It's brilliant for using if you're doing your freestanding cards. It's great if you want to make, if you've got like an aperture in a big construction project and you want to stabilize it, this is fabulous. We're going to use it as the front of our book today. So if you want this set of 10 sheets, $11.99. Remember, these prices are before your club discount, and this is the weight of that construction weight acetate. It's heavy, but the ScanNCut cuts it brilliantly. Right, quick one on this. Artificial snow next. Look at that. That will last you all Christmas and beyond. Shop double, $7.98 is going to get you 100 grams of that. Top tip, when you're opening the package, don't do that because it'll go everywhere. Just cut the corner off and decant it into a box. How do I know that? Everywhere. So that's shop double. Now we have our domes in here. I love these shaker domes, because you can also make them into a bauble like that. So you could fill them with goodies and have them like that if you wanted to. You're going to get 12 of these for $9.99. These are great. And we're going to put one on the front of the book. That shop dome, $9.99. And then we have the glass and porcelain paste from Cadence. Now this makes your construction weight acetate look like it's frosted. So I've put a little bit of this on the snowflakes and on the front of the book as well to show you. Shop frost, $5.99. I used one of the Royal and Langnickel sponge daubers, you know, the round yellow ones. One of those to apply. It looks great. Right, come on, let's go and do some crafting, because I've got lots to show you tonight. Oh yes, we need to do a poll. So we're having a poll tonight. If you're having chippy tea, what are you having? Are you having A, fish, B, sausage, C, mushy peas and gravy, that's my favourite, and D, curry sauce? Don't do curry sauce. I'd have chips, mushy peas and gravy, thank you very much. All over that. That takes me back to being 13 and working in a chip shop.
I'd have sausage, chips and baked beans.
With gravy?
No.
Oh, weird. How can you have chips without gravy? That's mad, isn't it?
I'm having chips with gravy, I just have chips and gravy. And I have the gravy in a pot so I can dip my chips.
That's exactly what Alice does, and then do you drink the carton at the end, because that's what she does.
Not very often.
Yeah, she does like that. I'm like, what are you doing, kid? Honestly. Right, so, first of all...
sausage, chips and curry sauce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't do curry. I don't know what it is about it, makes me go funny. Right, now then, so earlier on we started to make this concertina book, didn't we? And I showed you how to make the concertina itself and then how to build it up. So I've put the top piece in now, and you can see, look, this is really strong now. It creates that dovetail joint in the corners. That isn't going anywhere. so it holds its form, which is brilliant, because the most frustrating thing about doing tunnel cards is stopping the sides going like that, right? Like that. So we've got this bit. I am just going to recap this because I've noticed in the comments a few people were saying, where do I get the concertina from? So let me show you that bit again, and then we'll finish building this together. So first things first, if you go into your patterns and your borders, oh, I need to tell you about the ScanNCut as well, because we've got a crazy deal on that. And you go up a couple of pages, you'll find a perforation line, okay? We're going to set that on the mat. Then we're going to change it, so we're editing it. We're editing the object, so we go into there. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees, okay, so it's vertical. Now, it will depend on the size that you want your book to be, but I think I did mine at 190. So I wanted a nice tall book, all right, so 190. Now, I needed 12, okay, so I'm going to press OK. And again, and no, I'm not, I'm going to go into here, I'm going to go into duplicate, we're going to ask it to do 12, okay? And we're going to press OK like that. Now they're all in a diagonal line. Now you don't have to drag each one up and try and position them. There's something called an arrangement function, and that's this button here. So if you click on that, that will open up these three options. So that one will rotate the shapes any which way it needs to get the best out of your cardstock. That one will rotate it up to and including 180 degrees. And that one will keep them all in a straight line. So you can see now you've got those in a straight line. So we're going to press it now. I want a bigger distance in between them because I want that concertina to be a little bit deeper. So rather than trying to move them all again, if you go into your little spanner here, there's a button called pattern interval. Number 1 is the closest it will get them using the arrangement function. And the higher the number, the wider the space. So I used 4. Now when I press OK, nothing changes until you instruct it again to put them in a straight line. And there now are all your perforation lines. So first thing we're going to do is group those together. So edit, multiple select everything that's on that mat, press OK, go to object edit and group them together. Now obviously that's not going to cut out yet, so we need to add a shape around that. So we're going to add, go into patterns, go into the basic shapes, click on the square and just set it on the mat. If you, there you go, it's telling me there isn't enough space. So if I go back, it's right, there isn't, because I've got that in the middle of the mat. If I move that over there and then add that square, then it will find it, okay? So don't resize it before you put it on the mat because it'll tell you there isn't enough space. So when we're doing this, we need a very slight gap at the top and the bottom because we don't want those perforation lines to go right to the top because they'll perforate and we don't want that. We want them to act as a score line in effect. So let's find out how tall this is first of all. So it's 190. So I'm going to make that 194. So I'm going to separate the height and the width and go to 194 like that. Then the width of it is 132. So what's going to happen with this is you need a wider piece on either side for the hinge that wraps all of this together, okay? So we're going to make that 172 wide. So we'll do this 172 wide. There we go, like that. Now we need to put that in the middle of there. So we press OK, multiple select, everything on the mat, press OK, directional arrow buttons because we're moving the shape, alignment function, and we're going to align it centrally vertically and centrally horizontally, and then you can group that together. Now once you've made that, you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger, you can stretch it if you want to, so save that file because then you never need to do that bit again, okay? So you cut 4 of those, concertina them up, and if you look back, I learned today, Diane, that every single show that we've ever done is on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No. So when you're at work and you can't watch the shows back because you think you've missed them and you're waiting for repeats, just go on YouTube. So if you watch the 12 o'clock show, it shows you, I show you exactly how to do that.
So to find the shows on our YouTube channel, you
Yes.
go to the channel, and then where it says playlists, there's one that says live, and that's got all the live shows that we've ever done on there.
Did you hear that? So when you go to YouTube, you go to playlists and live, and that's every show that we've ever done. So you can watch this back 100 times if you want to learn how to do that bit, which I think is brilliant. Right, so we've done this bit. We've built the concertina. We've put all our papers in. And 12 o'clock I showed you how to line all of those up as well. So now we're ready to start to build in this scene. So I've taken some of the construction weight acetate, and I have used the sponge dauber. Cut and use foam will do. And I don't even know if you can see that properly. But instead of being completely clear, it now has this frosted finish to it. That's that porcelain and glass medium. That's Becky, brilliant. Thank you. So I've then glued a couple of them together just with some red liner tape. And I'm going to put these, I'm going to take the backing off it now. And I chose red liner just because it's super strong and we need that. And I'm just going to press that onto there. So I've glued two together. I'm then going to use my tweezers and just get it to grab that tape, okay? So that's your first little snowflake going in there. Then I've got another couple that I'm going to just pop in here as well. So I've got another small one that I'm going to pop about there, I think, like that. There's my tape there, yeah. Then another one on the other side. And I just thought this was really cool because it's not in your face snowflakes. It's very subtle, but it's there. You know what I mean? And we like that, don't we? That extra little layer of detail makes a big difference. And then I've got a couple of large ones. We've just got one done. That's all right, that'll do. And then I'm going to pop that one in there. And then I've got another one that I'm going to put a little bit more of red liner tape on. I can't say that'll do because that doesn't work in my brain. I have to balance it out. Now, I want to talk to you about the deal on the ScanNCut, please, just while I'm gluing this together. So, up till yesterday, when we went into the production meeting, the deal on the SDX 1200 was $499, and you got the tattered lace digital content included. So I said, how do we fancy mixing it up a bit, knocking an extra £50 off, and putting it in with some black card? And everyone went, yeah, all right, we can do that. Brilliant. So, your SDX 1200. Right, now then, I'm just going to talk to you about this because then I can stick it down while I'm talking to you about the machine. I know I have a lot to say, don't I? I know. This piece of construction weight acetate, can you see the difference in the corners and round the edges like that? That again is that frost, that porcelain and glass paint. It's clever, isn't it? And you just want a little bit like you're peering through the window into the scene. So the deal on the SDX. So in your box, you're going to get a standard mat and a low tack mat. You're also going to get your regular auto blade. You get your fabric auto blade. I have to tell you, that fabric blade is phenomenal. I have cut the tattered lace chandelier with that blade out of fabric, and you couldn't even see where it had cut it. It was that good. It's brilliant. Then you're also going to get your pen holder, your brother pen holder, and your water-soluble and air erasable pen. You're then going to get 6 drawing pens, and you also get a high contact adhesive sheet, which you can use to stabilise your fabric if you don't want an iron-on stabiliser on the back. I'm not going to lie to you, I don't use it. I just use the stencil glue from Pinflare because it does just as good a job. Just saying. And you're not cutting into it and ruining it then. Push code bundle.
So we've got 2 people with the machine in the baskets at the minute, but they put shop machine, not
right.
Bundle.
Shop bundle will get your machine, okay? Not shop machine, shop bundle. Thank you, Diane.
Because that's the machine with the card.
That's the machine with the card. Yes, you want the one with the card because it's not costing you anything. Right, so that's what comes in the box. Inside the machine's memory, you have got 1,303 images, icons, shapes, phrases, all sorts of different things. You could literally lock yourself away. Now, if you think the clock that I made, the typewriter that I made, the windmill that I made, was made basically from about 5 or 6 shapes. That's all, which is amazing, isn't it? And all those shapes are inside that machine's memory. Now, let me just get my piece of paper. I'm coming back because I need to tell you the deal. Right, I'm just going to put a little bit of wet glue on here because I'm good at getting things straight, but not necessarily first time. So, if you're in tier 1, okay, tier 1, you get 5% discount. I'll tell you what, this machine might take you up to tier 2, Diane.
Yep.
Mightn't it?
Yep.
So you spend, is it £500? And then you get up to tier 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, then you get 10% off everything. There's a bonus. And free shipping. Right, so inside the machine's memory, you've got 1,303 shapes. You've got 17 fonts. Remember, I'm about to show you how to make every font into a stencil. Good, that, isn't it? And then you also get 100 quilt blocks. If you are a quilter, this machine is going to save you time and a small fortune. Because on a Monday, if you decide that you want a certain quilt block, one of the 100 that's built in, oh, I need to put my little character inside, don't I? That's no good. See, that's why wet glue, right? Wet glue. On a Monday, if you decide you want a quilt block in a certain size, you set the size of the block to what you want it to be when it's finished. And then it will work all the pieces out for you. You can set the seam allowance to 1/4 of an inch in the settings. It will then work out all of those different sizes that it needs for you, and then it will cut it all out. So it'll draw it with the erasable pens on your fabric, and then it will cut it out. Now then, on a Tuesday, if you suddenly think, actually, I want that block again, but I want it as a 9-inch block, you can do that too. It's amazing. If you're a fabric crafter and you haven't got a ScanNCut, you need to seriously consider one because it's brilliant. Right, so that's everything that you're getting in your machine. Now, normally, the Brother recommended retail price is £599. We're knocking £150 off that and bringing it in at £449.99. We're giving you a pack of black card to go with it that's perfect for your machine. And if you are in the 5%, so tier 1, the machine will start with your 5% discount at £425.45. You will then get £21.27 worth of points back that you can spend against future purchases. You will then also get your black card knocked off. So that's £14.24, and I even took the discount off that to make it fair. And what you will end up actually paying is £389.94. Now, September, October, November, paid off before Christmas. You can use PayPal Pay in 3, ClearPay, Klarna, all on our website. So if you've been sitting on the fence thinking about it, that's the machine that sits on my desk here. It's the machine that sits on my desk at work. It's the one that Amanda bought. Took her machine out of the box after 2 years. You've taken it out of the box, Caroline! Oh, if I could get my hands through the screen and do that on your cheeks, I'd be really happy. Congratulations. Now go on YouTube, watch all the videos, tune in every Tuesday, 3 shows. Honestly, Caroline, I know what will happen. Within about 4 months, you'll sit there and go, why did I not get this out earlier? I know, it'll happen. Right, I'm going to pop her there because she's happily just skating around. Now, I'm going to put my frame back on. I knew I'd forget that bit as well. I nearly wrote myself a note.
You could put some LED lights in that.
You could put LED lights in the frame. Absolutely you could. Yes, you can. Right, so we've got our little frame going on now. Okay, you can decorate it however you want to decorate it. Right, now we need to make it into a book. So, somewhere on here are these and a spine. So don't cut these until you've built your book and you've measured it, because depending on how tight you get those dovetail corners will depend on the actual finished size of your book. Okay, So what I did was measured it and then added a bit, because I like a book, you know when you get a real book, like a hardback book, and the pages are slightly recessed in from the outside. I like a book like that. That's what I call a proper book. So I did the same with this. So you can see my hinge is going to come down the side, but I've still got just a small amount on the coming out over the edge. I think it looks nicer. So I've cut 2 of them, one for the front and one for the back. Then I measured the height of this and I gauged the width. Now I don't want it to be completely flat because I might want to put something at the back of the book, like on here, might be a little pocket with something in it, or I might want to put something on the inside cover. But if you want it narrower, do it narrower. So all I did to make this, I mean it really couldn't be simpler, is I brought on the square and I made it, I think it was 190, well, let's say it's 190 by, I don't know, 60. So we're going to make that 190 like that, so we're making it taller, or however tall yours needs to be, and then let's say the width is, I don't know, 90. Okay, so that would be the spine. Then you need to put a score line in because you need your tabs, don't you? So if you duplicate that and just make the second one narrower, so it's the width that you want it to be. So let's say we make that 65. All you then do is align those 2 rectangles. So select both of them, press OK, directional arrows, alignment function, centrally vertically, centrally horizontally. Now you're going to score that. So remember how to score. We go to half cut and we drop the pressure right back to whatever it needs to be for your blade, and then you score it, and look, you've got a perfect score line down that, and that then creates your spine of your book. Okay, so let's put this bit together first of all. Now I'm using our tape Dr. tape. Now then, let me talk to you about this tape, because this tape is blinking brilliant. Few reasons. First of all, you saw it before, I can peel it off. Now yes, I had wet glue on, but you can still do that with this tape until you really burnish it down. The backing, it comes off like a dream. Finger lift tape, yeah right, how many of you struggle with finger lift tape? You know, I'm struggling with this. Look at that, super easy. Okay, it's tissue tape, which means that it is super fine. Okay, now I'm going to stick this so that it goes on the inside of the book pages, okay, because I'm going to put a lining in that when it's all finished and make it look as pretty on the inside as it is on the outside. So if I stick that down and press it and I'm like, oh no, it's not quite straight, I can peel that back, look, and it gives me that little bit of room to move. I love the tissue tape because it's super fine. So if you're working on a thinner paper, you don't see the tape through, which is always a good thing because there's nothing worse, is there? And you get a lot of it. Now then, when I say a lot of it, I mean a lot of it, right? So one pack looks like this. And in that one pack, you've got a roll of 1/4 inch, a roll of 1/2 inch, and a roll of 1 inch tape. And on each roll, not in each pack, on each one of those 3 rolls, you're getting 28 meters. That's a lot of tape, okay? So you're going to get all of that. But you're not going to get it once or twice. You're going to get it 10 times. Now, when you're crafting, we all have a budget that we have to work to, don't we? Unfortunately, unless you're going to win 55 million on the Euro lottery tonight. We all have a... I know I'm trying. We all have a budget. Now then, the boring bit of craft is that. And the worst month is when you have to spend your budget on that. So spend it now while it's on a silly deal. If I was using that on a daily basis, that would last me probably the best part of 2.5 years, because there's a lot of tape on those. If you think you've got 84 foot on each one of those and you're getting each one 10 times, it's brilliant. It's absolute. We all use it now. Amanda's got a stash like that on her desk. Seriously, it's like literally 2 towers like that on her desk. Don't think she ever wants to run out. Right, now then, you could use, and I would recommend you use your tape doctor to go in here. All right, so I'd use the 1 inch strip and I'd probably double it up. And then I would put wet glue on here and then put that into the spine like that. Oh, right, okay. So we've got this. So this is your right, Pauline. Pauline wants to know my logic. Right, so this is the price that you're actually going to, this is what it's going to cost you. Okay, so starts at 449.99. We take your 5% discount off, which comes down to 425.45. We then, in points, give you back £21.27 in 2 weeks' time. The reason we do it in 2 weeks' time, Pauline, is because that's our returns policy. So if you bought the ScanNCut and then we sent it out to you and you returned it, we'd have to then go in and take your points off, which gets messy, doesn't it? So we put them on once we know you're going to keep the product. So basically, we're giving you that back because you're knocking that off, aren't you? Which brings it down to £404.18 because we've knocked off your discount, we've given you your points back. Then your black card after 5% discount is £14.24. So we're taking that price off, and what you're paying is £389.94 instead of £499 plus your black card. It's brilliant. It's a great deal, I think. Do you think? What do you think, Pauline? Let me know what you think. I think that's a cracking deal.
Not a bad deal.
That makes sense, does it? Does that make sense? Because it makes sense in my brain.
Yeah. So basically,
My brain's weird.
Your points you would kind of use. So if I was buying the ScanNCut now,
Mhm.
and I was going to get that money's worth of points, and I needed some. Sorry, I just realised people can't hear me. If I was buying the ScanNCut now,
Yes.
and I know I'm going to get those points,
Yes.
I would hold on buying something that I'm just stocking up on, maybe,
Yes.
until I've got those points.
Yes.
And then I can get that for free
There you go.
because I can use my points to pay for it.
Ta-da! That's
Also,
it.
fish and chips is miles in the lead,
Yeah, fish and chips.
followed by curry sauce.
No, fish chips and mushy peas. Now, I wouldn't have gravy on fish.
No.
That's
not
wrong
allowed.
on every
Yeah,
level.
Yeah.
But I would have mushy peas and gravy. That used to be a treat on Saturday when I used to work in the chippy when I was 13. I know those days have gone, aren't they? When you're 13, you have a paper round. I used to work in a chip shop. And at the end, you used to get a pie tray. Pie tray, yeah, I do. A few chips in the bottom, mushy peas and gravy. Ooh, lovely. Right, now then, the front of the book, because we need to decorate this, don't we? So I've created a square, and then I measured across the inside, so not the outer rim, but the inside rim of one of the shakers, okay? And I made a circle exactly that size, and I cut it in the middle of that piece of card. So now my shaker is going to go in from behind, so you can be pinpoint accurate with this. So let's stick this down first. Is that a wise idea? No, I'm going to put my foam on first, because if I don't, I won't be able to get it flat. So I know that I want this on foam tape on the front, so I'm going to put my foam tape on first, like that. Let's get those scissors cleaned, Melanie Heaton. That's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Right, I'll cut them again and I can clean them tomorrow. So 3D foam's going to go on here. Now I would go to the extent of putting more on and making sure that it's nice and solid, because you don't want that dipping in the middle, because this is going to get picked up and handled. All right, so if you're going to make it, let's do a proper job. Belts and braces, my granddad would have said. That's what he would have said. So let's put another piece across there. You don't need to take the backing off it all. At all, it's just there for support, but it's worth having it. Okay, right, let's put a little bit more on there and a little bit more on there. I love foam on a roll. Can you imagine doing this with those tiny squares? Till next Christmas. Right, now I can take the backing off my tape. So I've used the Tape Doctor tape again. Look how it's gone round in a circle, and because it's fine, I can press all those creases out. Look at that. It's a brilliant, brilliant product. Now then, we're going to put our shaker in now. So let's line this up like that. There we go. So that's now stuck to the back of there. I've cut a frame, and I've cut it out the craft card. So I'm bringing the craft card that we've made the book with into this scene here. So we're going to put this on with wet glue. Wouldn't use wet glue with your plastic because it won't stick. Tried it earlier, didn't work. This, I've got to try these things if I'm going to tell you it works or not, haven't I? So perfect, look at that. How lovely is that? Now you could make that into a bauble. If you put your little top on, if you've got your lift and lock, little your baubles with your little, what they call that at the top of a bauble. I don't know if there's a word for that. No, I don't know either. Yeah, let's make one up. Well, a finial is like on a gatepost, isn't it? A finial.
Yeah.
Could be one of those. Right, so I've got this. Now then, this piece is one of the circles that I cut out when we did this bit, the invitage. Now you can make two cards out of this because you've got your pyramage. So you've got this bit that makes this book, and then the circles can make a pyramage if that's what you want to do. But I wanted to take this and stick it behind here to go in the back of my shaker. Okay, how cute is this? Reminds me of Frustration. Do you remember that game? Frustration. You'll remember that, Diane, won't you? Frustration. It's a brilliant game, that.
The noise, the thing
Yeah.
in the middle.
And the dice turned. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to have my little girl on here. Look, isn't she lovely? So she's going to be skating away. I love her. She's one of my favourites. Wait till you see her on shrink plastic. Oh, I've got to be quick. Right, let's put that in there. But just in the time. I always think like, oh, an hour's a long time, but it's really not. Right, let's put some of our artificial snow in, because we can. Love this. Right, so let's just cut that corner off. Now this, you get a lot, okay? There's a lot in here. So I'm going to put this on top of her. It's all right, it'll all move eventually. Don't she's in a snowstorm. And then this is going to stick over the top, and then all of that will drop back down. So I've got tape there already. I'm just going to put some more glue around there because my tape was wider than my actual shaker dome, so that works perfectly. I'm going to put that in there. Now I'm going to line her up, so I'm looking at the horizon line there, and I'm looking at it on the picture so that it all lines up perfectly like that. There you go, so your picture goes right the way through. Give it a press down around that circle like that, and then hopefully look at that. Isn't she lovely? Look at her. Isn't that fab? Oh, I love her. And then that is going to go on the front of your book. And then when you open your book up, I'm going to have a little pocket in here. Well, I'm going to decorate these sides. I'm going to have a little pocket here. And then this, and I'm going to put my other little characters on there. See, the other reason as well for leaving a little bit of a depth in your spine is so that you can put 3D things in it like that. How fabulous is that? You could write a story in there if you wanted to. That'd be super cute. But all of that from scratch, start to finish, is made on your ScanNCut. And all we've used is a circle, a square, a perforation line, a snowflake, and the characters. That's it. So those shapes inside that machine's memory, everything in the world is made of shapes. Everything. So then you can start to play around. Now, also in here, you can put your lampposts. So these are out off one of the papers. I did a bit of a lily in fussy cut. So we've got all of those going on there. I cut some trees that you can put in. So have a look at the other papers that come with it. And this is why we bring your Micro Studio with it, because you get those papers. And look how cute that is. Isn't that lovely? And then you fold it up and you've got your little shaker on the front. I'll finish it off and I will get pictures taken for the Sunday supplement. Yes?
Perfect.
There you go. See, keep everybody happy. I like that. Right, now then, shrink plastic. I've got to show you this because this is lush. So I've printed off a sheet of reflections. I've got my crocodile. Now, if you've got the patience to go in and put a little circle in the bubble, then go ahead and do that. Because if you haven't got a crocodile, you don't need one. You can just put a circle on the file. But make sure that you make the hole big enough, because when it shrinks, the hole's going to shrink as well. So that on there, I'm going to put her on a Teflon sheet like this. Oh, this is Miss Snow. Oh yes, the snowflakes. Forgot that bit. These little teeny tiny snowflakes that we cut earlier. I need a new pair of tweezers. These have gone really blunt on the end. So these little teeny tiny snowflakes is what you're going to put. You can put them on there if you want, look. On your shaker domes, look. Look how cute that is. And then it's snowing, look.
Are they from on the vinyl?
Yeah, 6 millimetres, that snowflake. I know, they're incredible. Right, so, shrink plastic. Right, heat gun. Get your heat gun nice and hot. Now, if I was doing this at home, I would have a little bit of talcum powder on here, just to stop it curling in on itself. And I tend to work on a little piece of tin foil because it reflects the heat back. But we'll do it like this. And we won't do it at all if that's not plugged in. Not plugged in. I'm going to put the plug in the socket, Mel. It helps, love. Dearie me. Doing an Amanda there, aren't I? She stood there the other night going, go on, do it. With the plug in one hand and this in the other. And then she nearly burst a blood vessel. She was laughing that hard. So heat gun nice and hot. Don't be scared of it. We've got this on the show. Got it in white. And we just go with it. Right, don't be scared. Just go with it. Let it keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Whoop. Just get that little arm going there, that scarf. And then you need something flat. And just pop it on top like that. I don't know what David's done with this, but it's a right shape, isn't it? It's like it's wonky. And then look, now you've got, look at this. This is the cutest thing ever. Even Andrew said it was cute. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Now you can wear them as earrings. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? Isn't that just fabulous? I love it in shrink plastic. So now these can be your embellishments. You could put them in your shaker if you wanted to. That'd be quite cool. Right, one more thing I need to show you. Look, I've got it all going on down here. I've got it all going on. Right, Becky, you're going to have to come round here, darling, I'm afraid, because I didn't set the screen up. So I was telling you earlier on, wasn't I, when I was poorly. Do you know, Diane, on the 4th of October, that'll be 2 years ago since I went home poorly.
Really?
I didn't come back till January, did I? So when I was having my angiogram, and you have to wait for hours, I'm sat there designing canvas workspace. Like, what are you doing? So earlier on, somebody messaged in and said, what's the best font to make into a stencil? Any of them. So I went into my text. So if I go back here, I just went into my text, chose a font, because there are different fonts in here. Then there are, some of them are the same, some of them are different than on your machine. And I chose, I'm going to say that one, I think. No, that one. That one, I think. So I chose that. And then I just typed the word stencil. So I then brought on a square or a rectangle, doesn't matter what. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this as narrow as I want the distance. So let's say 1.6 mil, that's going to be perfect. So if I now, way up. This is the bit, you see, this is when I'm better with the mouse. Right, I want that narrower. So you decide how big you want the letter to be and how wide you want the distance to be. Let's just do that for now. So if I bring this over now and I grab the letter S and that rectangle and I'll align it centrally, vertically. If I then go to edit and down in process overlap, remove overlap, when I take that rectangle away, there's your stencil letter. Are you impressed with that, Becky?
Yeah.
I was very impressed with myself when I did that. So now every single font can be a stencil. And what I did was I brought on a stencil alphabet, because there is one in here. I think it's that one there. So I brought that on and put it at the side of me with the numbers so I could see how they'd done it. But that is brilliant. So where do you split the E? Where do you split the N? So I had a look on here and thought, right, well, they did it there. You can do 2 or 3. I think I went through every single alphabet on it and made it into a stencil. So if you wanted to do the T, just take that, grab that and the letter, align it so it's centrally vertical, and then just remove overlap. and then you've got your tea. Go on, get that, grab, there you go. There you are, there's your stencil. Or you could go across. I think I'll probably go across on that one. But you can make any font into a stencil. What you need to do is split the letter so it stays inside the Mylar rather than it cutting out. So whichever way you prefer to do it. But that's how you can make any font into a stencil. There you go, super simple, right? It's all shapes. If you can add shapes to make other shapes, you can subtract shape from shapes to make other shapes. And you've got all the shapes you could possibly imagine inside here. Right, my lovelies, thank you again for your company today. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the project. Remember, if you go onto our YouTube channel, go to, what's the first word?
Go to playlists.
Playlists, that's the bit.
Live.
Playlists, live. All of our shows will be on there. So you can watch back the 12 o'clock and then you can watch back tonight and then you can learn how to make that book from scratch. Thank you. And can I just say to those of you that have just bought yourself a ScanNCut, welcome to the family. I am very happy to hold your hand and take you on this incredible journey. And you know what? It's nearly 10 years since we launched this machine and I'm still finding new things to do with it. So you go and get yours out the box and let me teach you. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. Thank you to the team. I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.